What's going on, everyone? It's Tayler Kyles here for CLNS Media. UNC quarterback Drake Maye had his pro day today in Chapel Hill, which was reportedly preceded by a meeting with several members of the Patriots' top brass. That included head coach Jerod Mayo, de facto general manager Eliot Wolf, director of player personnel Matt Groh, as well as Alex Van Pelt, the offensive coordinator, and quarterbacks coach T.C. McCartney. Now, like Jayden Daniels yesterday, Drake Maye had himself an impressive performance at his pro day. Again, I do want to emphasize that these pro days aren't so much about seeing how well the quarterback performs as they are seeing where he may struggle, specifically because these are controlled environments where they're playing with players they're familiar with in shorts and a t-shirt during a scripted performance. Now, that said, this is an environment where someone like Drake Maye, who has a ton of natural arm talent, was expected to thrive. He only threw 5 incompletions on the day, which, again, you could critique, but it was encouraging to see that when he did have errors with his receivers, he went back and tried to correct them, which shows, hopefully, that when he enters his professional career, that work ethic will translate. Now, while I don't think the Patriots are swayed one way or the other based solely on Drake Maye's performance at his pro day, it's hopeful that he did perform well enough during his meeting with the team before that it might sway more people in the Patriots building towards his side. As we do know that Tony Pauline reported after the combine that some within the Patriots building weren't exactly sold on Drake Maye. Here's a conversation I had about how the Patriots feel about Maye earlier today with Mass Live's Mark Daniels.
My biggest takeaway is sort of remains the same. I believe the Patriots are all in with this quarterback draft class. I really do. And although Jerod Mayo made it seem like they're more open to trading down and listening, which that's what they need to say, I still felt like that was smoke, Taylor. Honestly, I still think, you hear the way Jerod spoke about Drake Maye. I think that opened up a lot of our eyes, especially you compare it to the answer we gave about Jayden Daniels, where he didn't really talk about him. I think the Patriots are all in. Man, honestly, and I think they like Drake Maye. That was my biggest takeaway. I'm like, all right, Drake Maye's there at 3, man. I think it's happening. I think they would draft Drake Maye.
Makes a lot of sense. I know we're going to get into like the specific quarterbacks and everything. I kind of read it both ways though with Maye, because one, it's like he has no ceiling, which is like, all right, we know what Ben McAdoo likes in his quarterbacks. That makes a lot of sense. And then when he also mentioned the floor and that we all like have to be on the same page, because he mentioned that later on about how Alonzo Highsmith told him all the bad picks that he feels like he had made in the past were because people weren't on the same page. And I know Tony Pauline, who's done a great job covering these prospects, mentioned not everybody in the building is sold on Maye, which is completely fair. If you want to be honest about all the things that he brings and all the exciting qualities for Drake Maye, you also have to acknowledge there's things that need fixing, and there's no guarantee that they'll get there. So definitely very interesting comments. You know me, I'm pulling for Drake Maye. I'm all on board, but we'll see how things actually play out, especially as they actually get to meet with him today before his pro day. I believe they met with him. I'm sure that's going to change a lot of things in terms of their internal sentiments.
Testing my skills on Prize Picks this season is the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps. Use the code CLNS for the first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.